Okay, okay, it's working. Okay, so yesterday we talked about multiplying fractions, right? So, so if I had 12 fifteenths times 5 28ths, how would I do that? Yes.
Like 5 goes into 5 once, then 5 goes into 15 3 times.
Okay, and I do it right here. I actually say 5 divided by 5 is 1, 15 divided by 5 is 3. Good. What else? Anybody else?
You can divide both those by 4, 28 and 12.
Okay, so 4 goes into 12
3 times.
3 times. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 28 divided by 4 is
6 times? Or no?
No, 8 times.
Yeah.
No,
No.
7 times.
Yeah.
Right, good. 7 times, right?
Yeah.
4 times 7 is 28. Am I done? Is there something else I could do?
What do you mean? Because you can do the 3
It's-
times.
Yeah, but is there anything else I can do? Look at, you have to look at all the numbers and see, is there anything else upstairs that's the same as downstairs or something? Yes.
That's one.
3 over
Yeah.
3, right?
So that
3 goes in
crosses
3 ones, 3 goes in 3 ones. So my final answer is
out. 1 7.
1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 7 is 7, right? Easy, easy peasy, right? All right. What if, notice my title. I said multiplying fractions. And I put slash, I said rational expressions. Rational expressions. What's the root of rational?
A ratio.
Ratio. Ratios are fractions. Whenever I write 2/3, that is a ratio. Right? It's the same thing. A ratio and a fraction are basically the same thing. Just that in ratios, you actually sometimes use, well, you use them both in real life, but they're basically the same thing, right? But, so they're often called rational expressions, and sometimes they throw in one little extra thing. So you guys listen, okay? They throw in one little extra thing. What if I gave you this? 2x over 2x times 4 eighths. How would I solve that?
You can do 2 over 2, 1x.
What? Oh, the 2 over
You just
2.
do
The 2 over
x.
2 is 1, right?
Yeah.
So I can cross those out. Now what can I do?
4 can go into 8, so it's half.
Well, would it be 4?
4 goes, okay, 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice, right?
And what would it be 1x?
Well, is there anything else you can do?
I don't know.
What about, what is this?
It would be 1/2 x, right?
What is this?
That's
Equal.
1.
That equals 1? What is this equal? 1. What does this equal?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God,
I
it's the
get
same
it.
thing, right? X is a number. It's just that we don't know what the number is. But we know it's the same. If once we do find out, it's the same upstairs and downstairs. So it's automatically 1.
So it's just
Okay.
1.
Right? I didn't even
So
know
it's
what it
just
is,
one.
but it's okay. It's just 1. So I can cross these out as well. Those become 1 and 1. So my answer is 1/2. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You get that? All right, let's try another one. Can I erase?
Wait.
But you should put these kind of things in your
You
notes,
can erase that, but not the top.
but not that part. Okay. All right, so let's try another one. Let's say I did 5x over 20 times, let's see. How about 4 over x?
It could
So
X
remember,
go
it's
into-
upstairs, downstairs. You can factor out this way, or you can factor out this way.
Ooh.
I mean, you could reduce, what I mean, is what I mean, right? So Cassius first.
Could you do something with the x by cross multiplying, or with
Is
the
there
x?
an x, are you trying to tell me that there's an x upstairs and an x downstairs? And that's the same thing as crossing them out, right? X goes into X once, right? So that's no longer an X. X goes into X once. Does that make sense? Do you see that, Luca?
Yeah.
Are you paying attention? What's the little note in your hand? You want to read it out loud for us, or
Yes.
this is a lecture.
Okay.
Is
so
it
what-
related to
you
what
want
I'm doing?
me to? I'll do it.
Is it related to what I'm doing?
No, but do you want me to still do it?
No, thanks. Just
I'll
put it down
do it
then.
if you want me to.
I'm
It'd
sure
be
you
my
will.
honor.
All right, so Luca, help me finish this. Why did I cross the X's out?
Because.
Because there was one X upstairs and one X downstairs.
Yeah.
That's the same as X over X, right?
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys see that? Do you see why that's the same? Because technically, you know how like when you multiply things, you can put them in any order you want, right? If I multiplied this out, if I hadn't done that, let me just show you. If I had not done that, if I just multiplied out, what's 5x times 4? It's 20x, right? Over, what's 20 times x? 20x, oh my god.
It's one.
The answer is 1,
Equals
right?
one.
Wait, Gary.
That
what
was
if
an
I
easy
did
way to
like
solve it. I didn't
this?
even think of that.
Wait, Gary.
I didn't even know that was going to happen.
Yeah, right?
It's so funny. But the thing is, notice that x, those x's cross out like that. So if you have an x, even when it's a multiply, I don't recommend usually multiplying them out first.
Wait.
It's usually much better to simplify upstairs, downstairs first. Because otherwise, you could end up with something horrendous over here. Like, 268 over 5,422, and you don't know your 5,422 times tables, right? I know. He does, but I
No,
don't.
no, I know.
Okay.
No,
Wait, can you
Question?
like you can do like that? Is that what you want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So, yes, you're right. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
But so if we didn't do it this way, if we did our simplifying first, we would just say x goes into x once, x goes into x once. So it's 5 times, okay, but what about this? 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 24 times, so it's 4 over 4, which is 1, right?
Yep.
Either way is fine, but it's usually easier to simplify first with your reducing, okay? Now, we're just a couple more and then we're gonna practice. We're gonna get on the boards and practice. Oh wait, we go till 12:30, phew, scared me, okay. All right, so how about this? How about, okay, everybody look up here. So you're writing all these down, Luca?
Yeah.
For sure? Okay. I want to be sure. So, what can I do? Upstairs, downstairs, reducing, yeah.
The x's, you could do the
Yeah.
x squared.
So I
Wait,
have,
no. Ooh.
I have two of them up here, right? X squared is the same as x times x. You agree with me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I could take one of them away. So I still have an x, right?
And
Does that make sense? Right? And another way to think of it is if you don't want to just, like if you have x squared and x, you could say, well, remember the rule, if you're dividing same bases with exponents, this is an exponent of 1, right?
2 minus 1.
It's 2 minus 1, right? So I'm going to take away that, and it's just, well, 2 minus 1, which is just 1, right? With me? Did I lose you? Okay, and then what can I do here? 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So my final answer is 5x times 1, 5x, over 3 times 1, 3. Done.
Wait.
Make sense?
Oh, no.
you,
Don't you have to do that thing where the X has to be in the bottom? I don't know,
The
maybe
x
it was-
doesn't have to be in the bottom, only if it shows up in the bottom.
Alright.
You don't have to worry about that.
You know how you taught us that thing where you switch them off? Oh, that's with negative.
That's with
numbers.
negative exponents. Good thinking, though. That's right. Okay? Do you want to do one more like this, just sort of to practice? Let's do one more and then we're done.
this is our homework.
All right, yeah, then we're gonna do a little practice, and then I wanna have time to do the homework, okay? Because I want you to have questions here instead of at home. But we can just do the homework if you want.
Let's do what?
Let's just do it now.
Okay, but let's do one more practice. Let's say I said 4x to the 8th power over 16x squared times 2 over x to the 5th. Okay, so look at it for just a second. Notice there's 8 x's upstairs being multiplied times each other, right? Downstairs, how many x's are there technically?
7. Or wait,
There's 7 x's, right? X squared times x to the 5th is x to the 7th, right? So I could cross both of these out, right? Bring it up here and subtract it from the 8. Does that make sense?
So it's just
Yeah.
You see why?
So it's just X.
Does that make sense? So it's just going to be x there. Okay, now let's do the numbers. What do we do with the numbers?
16 divided by 4.
4 goes in that 4 once, 4 goes 16 4 times,
2 and 4.
2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. My final answer is
X over 2.
x over 2. You got it. Make sense? You got it? Awesome. Great. Very cool. Okay, that's it.